Alright, good to know that you are still locked on Robert, now watching your number one and favorite TV show, talking about a breakfast morning entertainment show where we get to give you nothing but the very best of that particular entertainment that you want to follow. Remember that on this particular show we don't get to play music videos, and neither do we play music because it's not a musical show, but rather it's an entertainment show where we get to give you exclusive news. We get to give you an up close with the entertainers that you follow, and of course I get to have a one-on-one chat and interview. And of course, right about now, so excited, super excited. We've been trying, I think for me personally, I've been trying for more than months to get him in the studio.
Oh boy.
And finally he's here, the diary hit maker, Mr. KB.
Yeah.
Welcome to the lounge.
Well, it's great to be here. So first of all, you say you've been trying for a month?
For more than months.
Okay, first of all, I'd say, the distance, the distance and the timing, where you're coming from to get here, it's almost like 35 to 40 kilometers, so yeah. But I mean, I did make a commitment, and I said when I find proper time, I'm definitely, I like to honor my promise, and yeah, I'm glad I'm here. And this is the first time, being here, because last time you were in town, but these are very good premises, and I highly recommend what the big man is doing. That's very good. I've seen this station grow, and you guys are doing a good job. So yeah, and thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
All right, thank you. And of course, if you have just joined us, remember that this show comes your way every Fridays from exactly 07:30 to 09:20, and like I've said in my preamble, we give you exclusive entertainment news, and we talk about local because we believe in grooming our very own. We want our local industry to move to a level whereby everybody will be talking about the Zambian entertainment industry. Hence the reason why the lounge is only for strictly local people. Local is laka, and laka is local. All right, so first things first, people know who KB is because KB has been a prime person who's made so many people do hit sounds, the likes of Alpha Romeo, talking about J Cash, Daxon, and all these other guys that have come on the limelight. And then of course people would really want to know, like, out of all the projects and everything that you've done, how did you come up with the idea of diary?
Well, I mean, I always say this. The diary idea basically was, it's one of those ideas that I've always had. I didn't exactly have like a diary per se in my head, from my rapping days. I always, first of all, the kind of music that I loved and listened to was always the soulful type of music, because I grew up listening to people like Nas, and Nas was like my inspiration. So my direction of music was in that category. So the idea was birthed properly when I was working on my first album. That's my diary album. So what had happened is that I'd recorded a couple of songs, and I wanted to do something where we talk about our stories. Like I wanted to do it myself. I was thinking, like, how am I going to do a song where I'm talking about things? Think of it as a show, like a TV series show, like maybe a talk show, but in a song.
Okay.
It's like an update, like every year there's an update. Like, I give you an update. Like, oh, you know what? 3 months ago I had a misunderstanding with my guy because we didn't agree on something. So people are like, oh wow, so that really happened, And it's an opportunity also for artists to just come through and But then I didn't think about artists jumping on the song, so it was just like a last minute thing. I was like, you know what? How am I going to do this? I said, okay, you know what? I can actually talk through the song, then get somebody. First, I was thinking maybe that person can come and tell my story. I said, no, they also have their own stories to tell, so I'll let them also express themselves while I also express mine, because we all have something to say. And that's how the idea was birthed. So I remember making the beat. Then the first person I called was Dope G. I called Dope G. I said, look, I'm working on something like this, blah, 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 blah. He understood the idea. So he can send the beat. I sent the beat. He listened to it. He wrote the next day. He came to the studio. He recorded his verse, and that's where the whole idea came. Then, I talked over it. Then, I got the next guy, Jake, I jumped on it, and then I finished the project. Then that's how the idea was bred. So when it started, it was like, oh, okay, where is it going? And then when 2, 3, 4, by the time I get into the fourth diary, then I think everybody just like, oh, okay, there's the diary session. And, then now it's been followed. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like now already people are like, oh, when is 8 coming out? So
yeah, I'm one person who is looking forward to 8. And if I was given an opportunity to write down names of people that I would love to be in 8, I would do so.
Please go ahead. What names? I know you also want to have Muzo on it.
That's the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, Muzo is the first one. Neslong, number 2, and probably General Kanene. Also, he's got his own stories to tell.
Okay.
And so many.
What do you think General Kanene is going to say on this? That would be funny. That would be interesting to have him on one of the diaries.
All right, so out of all the diaries, you being the producer and the mind behind it, out of all the 7 sessions of these diaries, before maybe we stress out on what people love the most, which one do you feel has got an impact of you, and you would say, I think out of all the 7, this one stands out?
They all stand out for me. It's like me asking you, with 4 kids, which one is your favorite kid? I mean, you're gonna call me on the side and say, listen, I don't want everybody to hear, but my third born is my favorite. But you're not going to tell the whole world that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for me, they're all my babies. I love them all. You see what I'm trying to say? So I would always say the first one, because the first one was the foundation.
Yeah.
The first one was the foundation. It set the tone of what I wanted to do. They're all special in their own way, because they're all different. They all tell their own stories. So you cannot, in my opinion, you can't really compare and say, oh, this was the best. No, I mean, everybody's telling their own story. It's not like, oh, there were punchlines and everybody was, you know what I'm saying? It's like every diary has its own story. This one is telling, his own story, and it just continues. It's what story that interests you at the end of the day. Which one was your favorite story? So that's what we should be talking about, unlike saying which one is your favorite baby or whatever. I think they're all special in their own way. I like them all. I spend time putting them together. And until now I sit down, and sometimes if I have nothing to do, I just line them up. I start from 1 all the way to 7, and I never get tired of listening to them.
Yeah, and then you're so proud saying, wow, so I've come this far.
I'm humbled. I always say, hard work and just innovation, and now especially that the industry is becoming competitive. I mean, I come from a different era, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm from like 14 years ago, and I don't know so many people from my generation that are still, making music. They might be there, but they're very few.
Yeah.
So, for me to still be here really is a blessing, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to jump my next question, because you've just raised something that is itching. From your generation, I believe that's the time Mainza was also singing, and then just a few hours ago I've seen you posting something on social media. You've been working on something with the big man. Absolutely.
I mean, the time I was just joining, Mainza was still singing. I remember actually we did a song together in 2006. I called him because I was always a big fan. I remember watching Mainza when I was that primary or secondary school? I think I was just getting into secondary school, and you watch Mainza and Daddy Zima, so I was like, wow, this guy can sing, you know what I'm saying? And just being a fan and meeting him and doing a song together, and he actually called me up and said, oh, like every time you hear a nice song, he'll call me, okay, I heard this song on radio, man, you produced it, wow, it's good, I like what you're doing, man, and it's like, one day we should work together. And I'm like, yeah, you should actually come back in the music business. I mean, like, what happened to you? You just went and just started making adverts and just disappeared from so exactly. So we had that conversation, and he kept on saying, I'm gonna come. So one time he just called me, like, you know what, I'm ready. Okay. I have an idea, because he's also a producer, he's always been a producer, so he came with ideas like, this is what I have, we can perfect it, and then we made it happen. We put the beat together, he came and recorded it. It's pretty much done. We're just doing the final engineering and packaging it together. excuse me, then the song is going to be done. He's planning to do a video for it, so that's pretty much going to be his comeback. And I've heard some of the songs that he's produced himself. So it's very good.
But how is the experience working with him? Of course, you knowing the fact that he's a producer.
Professional. I mean, Mainza is a legend. You know, we're talking about his work ethic is incredible. I mean, they come from an era where, you know, they're perfectionists. You know, like whatever they do, they have to make sure that it's perfect. I don't know how many times me and him have gone back and forth revisiting the song. Oh, you know, like every time we do like a rap mix, he goes, listen to it. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking, you know, can we change this or can we do, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just making sure that it's perfect. You know, I really like his working culture.
Okay.
And yeah, it's been a great experience. You learn so many things, you know, from people that have been in the industry for a very long time, and they were recording from the late 90s. You know what I'm saying? And you know, then they used to make music. You know, now it's just, you know, now it's so sonically, and you know, it's just putting it together. But you know, they come from an era where they would compose a song, put it together, bridge, and you know, so like there's a lot of work going in. So you learn so many things from there, and it's just for me like a different environment. It's very good because also he's also a producer. So you know, you share ideas, and you know, and yeah, so it's been a great experience, and this is just not going to be the end. So we'll probably work on a couple of more songs because I'm sure he's putting an album together.
No, okay. So K Army has been a key notch for most upcoming artists. We saw them the time that they were starting, and they are now big names in the game. And then just recently, you posted something talking about upcoming artists not getting into people's DMs. In fact, you did not only post about it, but even in Diary 7, that was the keynote saying from you. So now, how would you love to work with these people? If you how would you? Okay, let me put it like, how would you like to expose their talent? Looking at the fact that they are talented, if you are saying that they should not get into other people's DMs for trying to make it.
So this is what I meant when I say, you know, stop getting into people's DMs, and you know, when you can just simply work out. This is a problem I have with a lot of upcoming artists.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people say no, just because you had it hard, you know, you don't have to come and say, oh, the upcoming artists also should. And I'll give an example. In everything, it's like even when you go to school. Have you ever jumped from first grade and say, you know what, I want to go to the 7th grade? You have to go through the process. That's how it works. You have to go to the 1st grade, 2nd grade. If you're smart enough, you can skip from maybe 5th to 7th, which is okay. But you can't skip from the 1st grade
to the 7th.
You know, you just want to come and DM and say, boss, I want to be on Diary 7. Like seriously, he's even getting agitated. I'm like, my brother, what are you going to talk about in the Diary 7? I mean, you have to wait for your time. You know, you have to wait until to a point where you've gone through certain, like Wills. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Wills had to go through that transition. He actually talked about it in a song, saying he came to the studio, and you know, I don't remember that. It's possible that he did come. I mean, listen, if you look at my record, I'm probably one of the only or one of the few people that has only worked with upcoming artists. Like everybody I worked with, we start with Judy. Judy never came established. Judy came, nobody knew who Judy was. Nobody knew who Alpha was. Nobody who knew Tishon. Nobody knew Tice. Nobody knew J Cash. Nobody knew Neo. Nobody knew Amerigo. All these names, you know what I'm saying? I can go on and on and on, and nobody knew who they were. I started their careers from scratch and belted. So if somebody's gonna come and say, oh no, but all I'm saying is, if you want me to help you, you have to help yourself first. You know, you just always can't come in the DM and say, oh, you know, can you record me? Do you know how many people DM me and say, oh, I think I'm talented, you need to help me out? If that was the case, then I'll probably never have time for myself, because I'm getting, if I show you my DM, I think I've got over 100 people that are asking for a free record. I pay rent, you know what I'm saying? I have to do my work. You know, it just doesn't work like that. You just don't come into the DM and say, oh, you have to help me. Come and say, listen, boss, you know, I've got challenges, I want to record. I can't afford how much you charge. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can afford this. And I can see that, you know what, the guy is honestly struggling. I said, okay, you know what, let me find time. I can find some time for you. Okay, pay whatever you can, just, you know, just for you to show commitment. And that's how some people do. That's how Neo did it. Neo put some money together, he came and recorded, and I liked what he did. If it's really good, you can get signed, or I can recommend you to somebody that can sign you. You can't sign the whole world. It's not possible, because already I've got a lot of people that I need to work with. So, you know, so when I say don't get into people DM, I didn't necessarily say don't get in my DM, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is that stop always asking for free things. Like, you just come in there and say, oh no, I want to be on Diary 7. Oh, can you record me? I think I'm very talented. Oh, can you listen to this? You need to record me. You know, the best you can do is like, I want to record a song, but I can't afford how much you charge. You know, I can afford this. Can you help me?
Okay.
I can help you. You see what I'm saying? And the example I usually give people is like, say, for example, you love football. I love football.
Yeah.
You know, if I have the choice, I would love to play for Liverpool. But I can't call the manager and say, hey, Jürgen Klopp, you know, I want you to sign me, you know, to the foot. I have to prove myself. Like, you know, they have to scout me. They have to see what I'm doing. So the work has to be there, you know, for whoever that wants to get you to see what you're doing, for them to tap the talent and get you in. So the upcoming artist shouldn't be lazy. You know, like when I say work hard, prove, like, you know, like you're getting it. Push, get here, pay for whatever you can pay for. Then from there we can say, like, you know what, I think this young man is very talented. You know what, if I can't sign you, I can recommend somebody. Say, TK, you know, I have this youngster, you know, like I wish I could, but I can't because, you know, I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. Can you take him and see what you can do? We do that. I've recommended a lot of people to people, you know what I'm saying? If I think I can't sign you myself, I'll recommend you to somebody else. Okay. So that's the first step that an upcoming must do. Stop getting in people's DM and say, oh, Bakamba, in a talent, can you help me? You see, we'll make money. Hey, sending something, listen to it, and some of it is terrible. I'm sorry to say, but you know what I'm saying? So so what I'm saying is that work hard. There's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.
You have to take the stairs.
Exactly.
All right. And then after that one, I think I saw you also posting something like good news for the upcoming artists, discounts.
So so this is what I usually tell. So when somebody gets in my DM, I say, oh, you know, okay, listen, instead of you begging for a free song, tell me how much you can afford, then let me see how I can help you out.
Okay.
I can't help everybody, but let me see how I can help you out. So now I say, you know what? Because a lot of people have complained, oh, you don't help people out. I say, okay, you know what? Let me make some sacrifices. I'm running this promo for 1 week. Get on me. I charge a certain amount, but if you DM me and say, listen, I'll give you 50% discount. Say, for example, if I'm charging 1,000, I'm only charging you 500 kwacha for you to come and record. I'm just giving an example. For you to come and record. When you record the song, if I feel it's good enough, I get your email addresses. I send it to you guys. You played. I get response. I call you guys. Oh, guys, how's the song doing? Are people responding to the song? If you give me good feedback and say, oh, you know what, it looks like there's something there, then maybe we can think of something. You know what I'm saying? Then we can take it from there. Maybe from the 100 people that are going to try to DM, maybe if I can get one person that I can help out, like I've helped everybody else, I can do that. That's for me, like just giving back, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's get back to Diary 7. There's a part where Will says, or where he claims, not even a part in the song, but after that, I think he tweeted something saying that you had cut out part of his verse. Yeah. Was it too malicious?
Well, first of all, I can't answer that, number one. Number two, his verse was so long. His verse was like 4 minutes long.
Oh.
His verse was like a song on its own. I can make a diary just on Will's verse. I can actually divide it in 3. I can put 3 verses, like the way I can cut it to 3 verses and make a full song and make a diary song.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, some of it obviously was malicious and yeah, so I just picked, if I wanted, I was going to remove the stuff where he was talking about me. I mean, people say, oh, he actually talked about, that's why it's called a diary session. You know, if somebody came, for him, that's motivation. It's not, he's not angry with me. No. He doesn't come and say, oh, KB, you didn't give me a chance. So, you know what I'm saying? For him, it's motivation. It's like, you know what? I actually came to KB and, you know, he's not the only one. Yeah. Bobby East and all these guys, they came at this, actually, they tell me this story, I don't even remember. You know, at the time when everybody's coming through, you can't. I mean, I had Alpha, I had all these people, and, you know, even if you want to have an army, you can't have 20 people on the record label. How are you going to give them all of them attention? You see what I'm trying to say? So it's for him, that was motivation. Okay. For him to mention, like, he was free and he said whatever he wanted to say. So I just picked what I think was necessary and put it together, and, you know, so yeah.
Okay, the one thing that people have been asking, and even last week when we had the show, many messages that were coming in, they were asking to say, don't you think that these diary sessions, they are bringing about confusion in the industry?
In terms of what?
Because just like this one, which is very much talked about, was bringing out issues with skills, bringing out issues with J-Rogs. Don't you think it's bringing a little bit of some confusion?
Okay, ask them if they want us to stop it, then we can stop it. If they think it's bringing confusion, maybe we should stop it then. What do you think?
Yeah, well, if you ask me, for me, before you even said that the collection is going to go all the way up to 100, I was looking at it that okay, maybe per 10 is a seal, but when you talked about 100, and that's like,
why
wow,
should it end when
we
the
are
story?
in for it.
Why should it end when the stories are still going on?
Well, probably it's just that thing where you want to leave people.
No, when I feel that I've exhausted everything, if I feel like everybody has told their story, then maybe they can come to an end.
Okay.
You know, I don't think there's anything malicious about it. This is just a platform for people to express themselves. So, for example, if whatever Will says, and the person that feels aggrieved, even me, when I feel aggrieved and like I'm responding, like he says, he came to me and I didn't, it's my chance now to say, like, you know what? Okay, he might have come, but I don't remember that. I don't remember. It's possible he did come, and it's possible I did tell him that you have to pay that amount, you know, and I'm not mad about it. He's not mad about it. He just said what he felt. I mean, he's never talked about that before.
Yeah.
But, you know, he decided, you know what, I'm going to talk about my journey from where I started off from so that you know that it was never easy. I'm here because I worked extra hard. You know what I'm saying? I took chances. You know what I'm saying? My mom gave me money to go and pay for school fees. I used that money and my mom said, you must be stupid. All these things that people are going through. So if an upcoming is there listening, they have to get inspired. That's what my diary is all about. Whoever listens to it has to sit there and just say, wow, that's what you go through. Like, you know what? I almost gave up yesterday. I'm not going to give up. I think I've got the talent. Let me keep pushing. One day, you know, I might also succeed and, you know, have a story to tell. And maybe by the time I get into the 15th edition, you'll come there and tell your own story.
Yeah, I will come and tell my own story as a presenter.
Not a problem.
Okay, lastly, what criteria do you use to choose these people that you put in diaries? And then how do you put it so together that the people that you put in, they are telling stories which are almost similar to what they've all gone through?
Well, and I've never seen a situation where people are going through the same. Everybody got a unique story.
Yeah.
Me and you can never have a similar story. We might have a similar story, but we have unique stories to tell. I mean, I see there's a lot of people in the industry that feel like got stories. You know, I've actually even thought about 2 or 3 names that are going to be on it. And by the way, Muzo was supposed to be on this particular one, but you know, because I didn't have easy access, he was in Kasama, and you know, just to make that happen was a bit tedious. You know, and there's some people that have been on the diary and they didn't tell the story that I was looking for, and I didn't go through with it. Okay. So that also kind of happens. Like, not that it was bad, or maybe just it didn't really sink in with what I was thinking, with what the others had put together, so I didn't run with it. Okay. So there are things like that. So yeah, I mean, I sit and just say, okay, you know what? Yeah, Muzo's good. You know, it's a good story to tell. You know, like I just pick who I think that, you know what, people want to hear that story. I'm not just gonna pick and say, oh, JC or J whatever. I just put, and you know, like, who's like, who is this? Like, even when you listen, like, what is there to interest you on something that you don't even know about? So my strategy is to pick people that I think have good, interesting stories to tell. Like, even when I put the list of the names of the people that are going to be on it, you'll be like, oh wow. So what is that guy going to talk about? I think, you know, people start guessing already. So when the song comes out, they're like, oh, so you know what I'm saying? So that's what diary is all about.
All right. Are you like on social media? I know you are too much on social media. At least more times we argue Manu, Liverpool. So there's always yeah. So now for somebody, I know you've said don't come in the DM and, you know, start bringing that.
Okay, let me clarify this. When I say don't come in my DM, I mean don't come in the DM
with that story begging, of begging
to say, can you record me? People are busy. I mean, I've given an example. I want to play for Liverpool, but I can never go and beg. The least I can do is just, you know, be supportive or whatever. Come in my DM and ask, boss, I know it's a big studio. I can't afford how much you charge. I can come up with so much money. Can you record me? I don't have a problem with that. It's just, you know, and there are people that just get your number on Facebook or whatever, then, you know, they start sending you all these audios. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, sometimes, most of the times I find time, I listen, I'll give feedback just like that, you know, and you know, some will continuously start bugging, you know, but boss, I'm talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you think that I hate you, I can help you put the song on the radio and, you know, see for yourself, because I'm not the judge at the end of the day. you know.
Yeah.
And the only way you're gonna know if you're doing pretty good is if you put your music on radio. It's got nothing to do with me. Me, I can say it's good, but if the people don't vibe to it,
then it's not good. Okay, so my exact question, which I was coming to, is that how flexible are you on social media to get to answer these particular people if they come with a positive point?
You can go on all my posts, be it Facebook, or I try to respond to as many people as possible. I take, maybe if I'm busy, I'll probably, you know, not go through it properly. Then when I have time, I sit in one place, then I'll go through each message. And some are sarcastic. You know, if you're one of those that is looking for attention, I'm probably not going to reply to you because, you know, like, unless if you're looking for help or you want to ask a question that it needs an answer, I'm going to answer you. And I try to respond to as many people as possible. So yeah, I do. And sometimes when people send an inbox, it's not always that, you know, some get swallowed because you receive so many messages. So it's hard to see everything. So one or two people are going to be like, oh no, but you don't respond to my messages. And sometimes it's hard to see the messages, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe I've received maybe 40 messages and your message is like maybe the 45th, and I've only seen maybe the first 20 messages, you know. So yeah, but yeah, I do respond. I do, you know.
All right, KB, thank you for coming through.
Not a problem, my brother.
Yeah, and hope that you come through next time, as we'll call you to come and talk about your resignation. Zamco.
Oh man, that was over a year ago. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, no, the last time when we talked, it wasn't that much.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we've been talking to KB, a renowned producer, and of course, sometimes he gets behind the mic, but mostly he does production, and that's at K-Army. So if you would love to do a song, or you think that you are talented and you would love to get positive feedback, or you've got something positive, make sure that you visit K-Army Studios, and of course
they can follow my social media platforms.
Yeah.
So all my social media platform is KB Killa Beats. So my Facebook page is KB Killa Beats.
Killa Beats.
Killa Beats spelled as just KB is just K and a B.
Yeah.
Space Killa Beats, KILLA-BEATS.
Okay.
Yeah, not that killer, KILLER. So that's the same for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah. All right. So if you are on social media, make sure that you follow him up, and then get talking and interactive, and then from there we might hear something being cooked up. And of course, let's go on a very short break, and then when we come back, we continue giving you exclusive interviews right here on The Lounge.